Hello everybody, welcome to KSI Data Research. In this video I'm going to talk about what is null, and if you combine null with the column or cell, what's going to happen and how to fix that issue. So what is null? So null is when the value in a column is unknown or missing, then it is called null value. So null is not means is empty or zero. Okay, so let's see it in a SQL server how we can create a null. So here is the SQL server. So now I'm going to create a first one table, this test table. See, execute. So I just create the table, select all from test, and see now I have a 4 column: ID, name, gender and salary. So if I insert some data over here, you'll see it, one row affected, and you can see the data. Alright, so here you can say ID, name, gender and salary. So now there are next 4 row I'm going to insert with some missing value. So here the first column I'm going to show there is no name here, and then second one there will be no gender, and the last 2 will be no salary. So if I run this 4 column is affected. So now if you run it, select all from test, you can see because of the missing value this null is generated into the table. Alright, so this null is not the, it's just the unknown or missing value. Because of the missing value it just generated. So now what going to happen if we wanted to create any null value with the combine with the null value? So what going to happen? Let's go through some example. If I open the adventure work table, so if I go to the person, let's go to the thousand row, first 1000 row. So here is the one table. It has a first name, middle name and last name. So make it simple, I'm going to delete all the other columns in this table and just keep it only the first name, last name and middle name also. Alright, so delete this. So here is the 3 column. So if I run it here now, you can see first name, middle name and last name. Alright, so this table has middle name has some null value because there are some missing value here. Okay, so if I have to create the full name, what's going to happen? Let's do the example. Let's create it, full name. If I create a full name here, so what I have to do, I have to just join all these 3 names. First name, and then you have to do plus sign, and then middle name, and the last name. But if I run it now, this first name, middle name, last name, there would be no space in between. If I wanted to create a space, so I have to give a single quotation in between the plus sign. Alright, so now if I run it, alright, it's created nicely. The first one, you can see the first name was created with the middle name, but the thing is you can see the Kim, the third, fourth and the all 7, 8, those are all null. So remember that if anything you join with the null, added with the null, it gives you the null value. So how you can fix that? There is a one function is called is null. So if you use the is null and then the function is null, and then you give a space for the is null value. So if it is a is null, then make a empty value, that is the mean. This one is the mean is that. Okay, so if I run it now, you will see all the null value was taken care of. Now you can see there is a no null because there is a this null is by the function is null taking care this part. So there are many different ways we can take care of these nulls, but I'm just showing one example right here now. Alright, so how about the other tools? If you goes to the Excel or Power BI, what's going to happen? Let's go Excel. Here is the similar, the first name, some middle name has a null value, and the last name. So if you wanted to concatenate this name, create a full name, let's do it. Full name. So here we have to give the equal sign and the A2. I'm going to just click A2 and then concatenation here, and then in order to give the space you have to put double quotation space and then concatenation again, and then B2. Alright, B2 and then again concatenation and then C2. Alright, what happens C2? Let's see, C2 that did not take it the C2 yet, so I have to put the C2 here. C2. What happened here? Let's see it. The value here B2, and then you have to put the another concatenation value, and then you have to put C2. Alright, so if you put enter now, so you can see the full name here. Alright, so now if you copy the formula, it should give you all the value. So just click here, see all the value, but the problem is, see the middle name is showing null here. Okay, so all the middle name, if with the middle name here is the different way, it is showing null value in the middle name. So we just need to get rid of the null from the middle name. How we can do that? If we go on the top right corner, find and select, here you can say replace. So from the replace you can use this with the null replace, or you can just Control F, will give the same replace. You can replace the null with the empty. So just replace all. See, say all done, made 6 replace. Say okay, close it. See, now we can see all the null is gone and all the full name has been taken care. There is no more null inside the full name. Alright, so if there is a middle name, middle initial, then it comes in a middle initial. If there is a null or empty, so that is now empty, so it's now empty. It is showing only the first name and last name. Those do not have the middle name. Alright, so that's how we can take care in a Excel sheet. And now let's go to the another tool. How about the Power BI? Let's go to the Power BI. Here is the Power BI tool. So I also keep it in the transform data. Click the transform data, then you can see similar type of first name, middle name and last name. There is a null value in the middle name. So in order to create the full name, we also have to remove the null from here, because remember that the Excel and Power BI, there are a lot of things is very similar. Okay, here also they use the M code like a Excel. Anyway, so in order to create the full name here, we have to remove the null from the middle name. So you have to select the middle name, right click, and then you can say replace value from here, just like a Control F. You can do it from here, or you can come to the home and transform and go to the replace value here. Similar, if you just write null here with empty, replace with nothing, so say okay, so the null is gone. Okay, so now easily you can create the full name. You can go to the add column, custom column, and then give the custom here full name. Alright, and then you can insert the first name, and then similarly like Excel you have to use concatenation and then middle name, and then again you have to use ampersand, and then for space you have to use the last name. Alright, so use the last name now. So now if you say OK, you will see similar way. You can see actually like Excel now, the way it is done here also. Alright, but here you can use the GUI to create the full name without formula. Alright, so all the three tools I have shown how you can deal with the null. Hope you enjoy this presentation. Thank you for watching.